On January 16th, David Lynch died. I made a post on social media attempting to sum up his importance on my life as an artist and as a human being, but honestly, I don't think words can do it justice. Maybe making this video can't do it justice either, but I'm going to try because I won't be able to shake this loss for a while, and if I can in any way help bring more people into contact with his work and his philosophies about art, film, love, and happiness, then I'm absolutely going to do so. I've been racking my brain to try and figure out what the first David Lynch film I saw was and when I saw it. I know for sure I was in my mid-20s, living on my own, away from home. I'm pretty sure it was either Blue Velvet or Mulholland Drive, or was it the pilot for Twin Peaks? Trying to remember these details is like catching smoke, and in keeping with the way Lynch's work warps your mind and makes you rethink things again and again, even if you already know the answer. Lynch was the last great surrealist of the 20th century, exposing a creeping, poisonous darkness that lies just under the surface of the idyllic pastoral American life. Characters in David Lynch movies behave unlike any other characters in any other movies. They say things people don't say. They burst into exaggerated emotional distress without warning. They make weird noises. They ponder things aloud most people don't even dare to think for worry that the thoughts will consume them with dread. Lynch's places are neither here nor there. They are in between liminal spaces filled with bizarre, unsettling imagery and mangled, manic sounds. Spaces seen in our worst nightmares and our most beautiful dreams. The laws of physics or construction do not apply in the world of Lynch. Yet everything is familiar. Everything is playing on some kind of nostalgia or pastiche that feels ingrained in our bodies and minds from birth. When you watch a Lynch movie, you feel like you're watching the history of America unfold, but you have no idea where it's going or what it means. Pretty girls, cool cars, suits, slicked back hair, soap opera, radio, dancing, simple suburban life, coffee, pie, cheeseburgers, and so many cigarettes. There is crime. There is passion, lust, anger, revenge, delirium. The primal feelings of human beings are on full display in ways never dreamt of by other artists. Lynch uses genre to make entirely new ideas and change the meanings of the old ones. Noir isn't quite noir in a Lynch movie, but it's there. Romance is outrageous and bold and hard to understand. Comedy is absurd, amusing, sometimes terrifying in his hands. He broke the form of cinema numerous times in his career, molding something new with it. He practically invented modern prestige television with Twin Peaks, a show that would not get anywhere close to airing on network TV today. Lynch was a consummate artist who, beyond being a writer and a filmmaker, immersed himself in painting, music, sculpture, and woodworking, and all of these things are seen and felt in his movies in ways that simply aren't in other directors' works. He imagined such things as the Red Room, the Double R Diner, the Woodsman, the atomic bomb giving birth to evil itself. He loved bugs and doppelgangers, misdirection, miscommunication, and poring over tiny, insignificant, and mundane details to search for meaning. Lynch's way of realizing something on screen was intensely personal to him, and he never let on to the public during his lifetime what his movies were about or what they meant to him. It really didn't matter. He wasn't interested in answering the unanswerable questions. He didn't care what people thought a scene meant or didn't mean. He wasn't interested in compromising his vision to be more commercially successful even though it can be argued that he's possibly the most famous, well-known, and successful abstract artist to ever break through in Hollywood. Lynch's personality was a humorous, delightful enigma that he played with endlessly over the years. He had a particularly strange and amusing relationship with the media, with his fans, with other filmmakers. No one ever had a bad thing to say about him. He was enormously respected in the business and within his tight circle of loyal collaborators, all of whom have their own impressions of that classic Midwestern twang that he had. Every time a new Lynch project was announced, which was few and far between in the last 20 years of his life, the art world erupted with anticipation, speculation, and wonder in what it might be. When Twin Peaks: The Return was announced, I had only dipped my toe into the Lynch pool, and I could not get away from news about that show. I hadn't even finished the original 2 seasons, so I couldn't watch it while it was airing. But in 2020, when the pandemic hit and life shut down, I got the opportunity to watch it front to back, or maybe back to front, as Lynch might have it, and it blew my mind. If you're new to this channel or my podcast, I got the opportunity last season to cover 2 of his films, Wild at Heart, one of my personal favorites, and The Straight Story, which I only watched for the first time last year. I feel like I barely cracked the surface of everything going on in both those movies, but if you would like to hear a detailed discussion of what I think they're about, please check out those episodes. I'm sure I will cover more of his movies in the near future, but for now, I think I just want to go back and sit with them and enjoy them for what they are. Lynch's films, in my mind, are endlessly rewatchable. There are so many layers, so many things you can learn or unlearn about yourself while watching. I heard Sarah Sherman recently say that she felt like Lynch taught her how to think. And I think especially for weirdo outsider artists, that is so true. My brain chemistry was permanently altered after I watched Eraserhead, Lost Highway, Mulholland Drive. There's a feeling that those films conjure within me that makes me so terrified and so curious at the same time. It's like looking at a car crash in real time. It's like you're getting this brief glimpse into this other dimension that looks and seems so much like our own, but isn't at all. And then you wake up. Thank you, David Lynch, for everything you gave the world, for everything you showed us about who we really are underneath and who we can be on the outside.